On today's health check, I'm going to have a checkup before I go on vacation. Now, some of you may wonder, why do you need a checkup before vacation? This check is to make sure that I'm safe where I'm traveling. And I'm going to the Virgin Islands, so I'm here at the Health and Wellness Center, and I'm visiting Dr. Michelle Kowalski. She is the head of occupational and travel medicine here. So Dr. Kowalski, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today and to maybe share some information with our audience. First of all, I'd like to let everyone know that I did make an appointment before I came, and it was a month ago that I made this appointment. So in case I do need anything, I have enough time.
Okay, that was a smart idea, and we're happy you're here. Welcome to our travel clinic.
Well, thank you.
And I understand you're going to the Virgin Islands,
Yes.
Which is great. Where will you be staying in the Virgin Islands?
Well, we'll be staying just at one hotel, so we will be in just one location. We'll be staying for 2 weeks.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. Certainly, if you're staying at a resort, you're less at risk than otherwise, but nonetheless, people think, oh, I'm staying at a resort, I don't have to worry about the food or water. That's not necessarily true. There are some things that we can give you to protect you against the most common thing that people get when they travel, and that's gastrointestinal problems. So during your visit here, we're going to talk to you about the vaccines you may want to get. For instance, in the Caribbean, there's 2 of them in particular that you want to consider, hepatitis A and typhoid. And both would be vaccines, shots that we would give you. Again, a couple weeks before you go, we give you just a small amount of that bacteria or virus so that your body has time to make antibodies to it. And then if you are exposed to it while you're there, then you won't get the disease. So those are 2 very important ones to consider, even if you are staying at a resort.
Are there side effects from those shots that I would experience?
Good question. Usually those are both very well tolerated, and the risk of getting the shot is much less than the risk of getting the disease.
And our insurances, do they cover the shots that we receive, or is that strictly the patient's own out-of-pocket?
Yeah, many insurances do not cover what they call travel immunizations, yellow fever, for instance, because it's not in our country. Some do cover things like hepatitis A. We are now immunizing all our children for hepatitis A. So we ask that you submit it to your insurance company and see if they will cover it. They will cover the routine immunizations, and I would like to mention that too. Certainly you want to make sure your tetanus is up to date before you travel. You know, God forbid you would get a cut. You know, you wouldn't want to have to search for a tetanus shot in another country.
We'll remind everybody how often they should have a tetanus shot.
Every 10 years at least.
Okay. And one final question would be, if you do not get these shots and you do go abroad, say I would not come here and go abroad, if I did pick something up, what would some of the symptoms be, and then what could I do once I'm there?
One of the biggest things that you need to watch out for when you travel is fever. If you do develop a fever while you're traveling, make sure you get medical attention right away. But when we see people in our travel clinic, we give them information on other things to look for as well, and numbers to call if they would need it while they're away.
Alrighty. Well, I think we have a lot of information that was sent down to anyone planning on traveling. If you have any additional questions, you could contact Dr. Kowalski here at the Health and Wellness Center. I'm Deb Lassant reporting for News 13's Health Check.